What is going on, everybody? My name is Pete, but you probably already knew that. But in case you didn't, you guys are watching the one and only Paid to Drive, and of course, Paid to Drive vlogs coming at you with another new video, day number 1372. All right. So if you drive for apps like GrubHub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, or any of the others, you should definitely be subscribed to this channel with all notifications turned on, everybody. That is correctamundo. That's right. So tap that little notification bell, set it to all. You're always notified. Hit that like button down below. Just lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job here. And let's jump into the email. Triple Lindy, Thornton Mellon style. So we got an interesting one here for you. Remember, like Steve Harvey would say on Family Feud, we got a good one for you today, folks. So this comes from Leland, and he says, "Hey, Pete, but I already knew that." I see what you did there. All right, I see what you did. Because I really appreciate your content. It's timely and on point. I try my best, Leland. Thank you. So he goes, "My name is Leland, working in the DFW area." And for those of you guys who don't know, that is Dallas-Fort Worth in Texas. "I was going to use an alias, but probably wouldn't recognize it if it were to be used anyway. I've been hitting it hard for the last few months, and I missed the lockdown part, so my experience is only recent, which is fine. DoorDash is amazing at what they do and how it all works. However, it has many issues, and you are addressing them regularly. I try. I'll be communicating with you soon about ideas that might help DoorDash to improve, but for now, here's one. Today's concern is long-distance deliveries." Don't we love those guys? Especially on GrubHub, too. "I don't take most of them because of the lack of efficiency in time and payout. I've found that in most of the ones that I have taken, that the very same store or restaurant that I'm delivering from, there is one very much closer, many times less than 1 mile. Today, I took a Paleo's Pizza 8 miles for $10.50, offered during a slow part of the afternoon. $10.50 for 8 miles, at least you're getting that $1.25, $1.50 per mile roughly, so it's not the worst. It's a double-digit payout. The 8 miles is but at least you're getting that $1 per mile if that's your thing, you know? So I normally wouldn't take this. Anyway, I asked the customer how she ordered, and she said through DoorDash, and that she didn't understand why I was coming from so far away. There's a Paleo's just 1.2 miles from the customer. I went to that store to see if they use DoorDash, and of course they do. So here's the deal. The drivers have a huge cost and time cost to these long deliveries because you have to do double the miles in some cases to get back into your zone. Yes, I know that is incredibly annoying. The same delivery should have been from the closest store. I agree. The longer distance adds delivery costs to the customer, which may be something that DoorDash wants to increase their charge unbeknownst to the customer who thinks that they are ordering from their local store. The food is cold as opposed to a closer store, and the waiting time for the customer is much longer. Also, the local store is losing their local customer, and if there's a problem, the local store is going to take the hit because the customer thinks, rightly so, that the food came from them. That's right, because on DoorDash as a customer, at least the last time I ordered, it doesn't show you the address, which is incredibly annoying. GrubHub does, and Uber Eats does as well. As far as for the Dasher, the same food being delivered closer with the exact same pay with tip as a long trip is huge to the bottom line. Short distances mean that you are right back into the next delivery instead of driving 6 to 10 miles back to the zone. The customer's tip is based on the close delivery also, so that would explain some of the low pays for long deliveries that would otherwise be acceptable for a short delivery. It's amazing to me at the number of long trips in my area that the pay is around the same as for the distance. For example, 8 miles for $8, 12 miles, $11, 15 miles, $15.50. Those same payouts at the shorter distance for the same delivery, same customer would make everybody happy. Naturally, of course. 15 miles all highway is 30 minutes round trip with no traffic. But with traffic or through neighborhoods with lights, and don't forget that you have to find the address and wait for the customer, it's easily more than an hour, so distance deliveries are definitely not efficient. I've had a high number of 8 to 10 mile deliveries that paid enough that I took them. But for sure, there were stores much closer, and that needs to be remedied with DoorDash. When Dashers are out of the zone all the time, then it takes many more Dashers to cover the work with no one makes enough money because of the lack of efficiency. If this issue were to be fixed, the customers would get their orders faster with the right temperature. There would be a way better acceptance rate, and the Dashers would make a lot more money per hour while saving the associated vehicle costs. Win-win. Happy customers and happy Dashers would definitely be good for the DoorDash company. Thanks, Pete. I know that you'll have a lot to add to this subject. Keep up the good content and the good work. Leland, thank you for the well-detailed message here. And yes, I agree. The long-distance deliveries are absurd sometimes. And really, the long-distance deliveries really didn't start becoming a thing until like right before the pandemic. And then when the pandemic happened, when everybody was ordering like crazy, the long-distance deliveries started popping up like crazy. And now me being on GrubHub most times, I was like, whoa, a nice $20 payout. Whoa, I got to drive 35 miles. You know what I mean? It started, I think, with GrubHub, and then DoorDash started with the long distance ones, and then Uber Eats started with it too. You gotta know your market, man. And going out of the zone, like you mentioned, is a huge problem, because if you're going 8 to 10 miles out, you got to drive that 8 to 10 miles back, which could take you 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on traffic. So that's time you're not being paid, you know? So it's definitely frustrating. So everybody watching in the chat or the comments, do you agree or disagree with what Leland was saying here about these long distance deliveries? Let me know down below in the comments section, of course. And if you guys ever want to send me an email like Leland did, send it to paytodrivestories@gmail.com. That's the best place to reach me. Or for a quicker response, you can actually message me on the Patreon app or on the website at patreon.com/paid2drive. Link is in the description or in the pinned top comment in the comment section. Download it, sign up on there today, and I will give you shout outs like I'm about to do right now. So when you hear your name called, say, hey Pete, I heard my name. We've got our ultimate driver, Ari Rosenbaum, incredibly generous, $100 per month, unbelievable. And also these other generous folks that we got: Samantha Michaels, Brian Pomeroy, Brian Medina, Heidi Barnes, Joe Valerio, Kurt Paul, Lee Peacock, Tulsa Todd, William Boudreau, Laura Love, Agus, Tom Perry, Alan G. Van Horn, Drew Hanor, Fernando Carranza, Frank Haviland, Fresh One, Jason Casta, Justin Case, Lulu Laura, Natalie Mosley, Sarah Keston, Scott Freisner, Sherry Cassidy, Stephen Neely, Joyce Hine, Brian Richardson, Kenny Bess, Jenny Thomas, John Bonacci, Matt Epperson, Nick G, Stacy Miller, Terrence Pacheco, and Valerie Brown. Huge shout outs to all of them. Thank you so much for your generosity. Links down below in the description or in the pinned top comment if you want to sign up. Also, at the bottom of the description is a link that you guys should all be clicking on for free, and that's the link to the free gas app called Get Upside. That's right, everybody. Links down below. Download it to your smartphone, go to your gas station, pump your gas, print out your receipt, take a picture of your receipt with the Get Upside gas app, and within 48 hours or so, you'll get anywhere from 15 cents to 45 cents a gallon back, which is pretty fantastic. And if a friend or family member signs up using your code, you'll get paid every time they pump gas. It's called Get Upside. Links in the description down below. It's the gift that keeps on giving. That's right. And for all your t-shirts, hoodies, and goodies, go visit paytodrivestore.com. We have lots of different designs, comfortable clothes, colors, sizes, you name it. We probably got it. Everything's on sale at paytodrivestore.com. Go check that out. Links down below. And if you made it to this part in the video, simply leave a comment saying END720, END720. Just lets me know you made it to the end. Hit that free red subscribe button down below and turn on all notifications with the little bell icon to the right. Set it to all so you're always notified when I post something new. Hit that like button. Just lets YouTube know I'm doing a good job. And as always, be well, drive safe, and we'll see you on the next one.